So let's talk about LinkedIn. It's, without a doubt, one of the most valuable professional platforms on the entire planet. But here's the really weird part, the paradox. Most of us, we barely use it, right? I mean, maybe you log in once a month, if that. So how on earth can a platform with such low engagement be so incredibly powerful?
That's the big puzzle we're going to unpack today. And the answer, you'll see, it reveals this completely different, almost counterintuitive way of thinking about what makes a platform valuable in the first place.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to get this straight. Not all platforms play the same game. You've got your engagement-driven platforms. Think TikTok, think Instagram. Their value is directly tied to you being on there all the time. Every scroll, every like, every share. But then you've got these other beasts, network-driven platforms, and that's LinkedIn. Its value isn't about how often you use it. Its value is simply in the fact that it exists and that pretty much every professional you know is on it.
To really get why its mere existence is so valuable, we have to start with this foundational idea of network effects. This is the first and honestly the simplest piece of the puzzle.
You know, the concept itself is surprisingly simple. A direct network effect just means that as more people join a platform, it gets more and more useful for everybody who's already there. It's the classic case of the more the merrier. So for LinkedIn, this whole thing plays out in this really clear, powerful cycle. More professionals jump on the platform. Okay, that creates this massive web of potential connections. And boom, with more connections, suddenly there are way more opportunities for jobs, for partnerships, for just sharing knowledge, for everyone on the network. And this right here, this is where the momentum comes from. See, each new user doesn't just add one connection. They add thousands of potential new links across the entire system. It creates this powerful gravity that just pulls more and more people in. Now, over time, this builds something incredibly powerful. High switching costs. I mean, think about it for a second. Leaving LinkedIn isn't like just deleting some app you don't use anymore. No way. It means erasing years of connections, all those recommendations, your entire professional history. It's not about the product being better. It's about the fact that leaving means losing your entire professional graph. But hold on, because this is where the strategy gets really smart. LinkedIn isn't just a one-sided network. It's a multi-sided market. And the real magic happens with what are called indirect network effects. This is where one group of users, say all of us professionals, makes the platform way more valuable for a totally different group, like recruiters. And this creates what you could call a defensibility loop. It's so crucial. The massive pool of professionals, well, that attracts recruiters looking for talent. Then, those recruiters bring all the job opportunities, which of course makes the platform even more valuable for us professionals. This cycle just feeds itself, creating this incredibly strong barrier that is almost impossible for a competitor to break through. But just attracting recruiters isn't only about having a ton of people. It's about a very, very specific strategy that has become LinkedIn's secret weapon. This was the masterstroke. Right from the beginning, LinkedIn framed itself as a place for professional networking, not just a website for job hunting. And that little distinction, it's absolutely critical to its success. But why? Because it provides what you could call network cover. And honestly, this quote just nails it perfectly. It gives all of us professionals this socially acceptable reason to be on the platform, to keep our profiles updated, to build connections, all without explicitly signaling to our current boss, hey, guess what? I'm looking for a new job. And this simple idea unlocks the ultimate prize for recruiters, passive talent. We're talking about the high-quality candidates who are already happily employed and aren't desperately spamming out resumes. They are exactly who companies want to hire. And let me tell you, recruiters are willing to pay a huge premium to get access to this hidden talent pool. So LinkedIn actually makes money off of users who are barely even active. That's the model. All right, so we've got the network and we've got the passive talent strategy. Now let's add the final compounding layer on top of it all, data. And that was always the grand vision, stated loud and clear by their former CEO. The goal was never just to be a network. It was to become the single authoritative source for every professional's identity online. Basically, the digital resume for the entire world. This creates yet another powerful flywheel. More users means more data about skills, career paths, connections, you name it. With all that data, LinkedIn's algorithms get way smarter, and they can provide better job matches and industry insights. This extra value attracts even more users, and the whole cycle just picks up speed. So you see, it's not just a network effect, it's a data network effect. But This entire beautiful model depends on maintaining a very, very delicate balance. A balance between what makes the platform so useful and what could completely destroy it. And that brings us to the core trade-off here. All of LinkedIn's value comes from what we'll call signal, things like credible profiles, accurate job listings, and relevant connections. The danger is noise, viral memes, engagement hacks, and content that just feels more like entertainment. So here's the crucial point. If LinkedIn starts chasing engagement metrics like other social media platforms do, it risks watering down its professional signal. The moment recruiters and professionals stop trusting the platform's credibility, the entire value proposition just collapses. This is the tightrope that LinkedIn has to walk every single day. So if we pull all of these pieces together, we land on one final simple analogy that really sums up the entire strategy perfectly. Think of it this way. TikTok is a nightclub. You go there to be entertained, to spend time, to be active. But LinkedIn is a global professional directory. Its purpose isn't to entertain you. Its purpose is to make you findable. And that right there is the key. You don't flip through the phone book every day for fun, right? You just need to make sure your name and number are listed correctly. The value comes from your presence, not your activity. Because you've already done the work. You've built your profile, you've made your connections. The network is out there, working for you 24/7, even when you're logged off. So the next time you're thinking about the value of any platform, don't just ask how much are people using it. Instead, ask this. What kind of value is this network creating for its members, even when they're not there? Because often, that's where the real enduring power lies.